Hey everyone, picture this. It's early in the morning. It's foggy, birds are chirping. You could feel the cool breeze on your face. No, it is not any romantic story. I, along with a team of officers, are standing outside a building to conduct a raid. The door is locked, and I am the officer with a search warrant. I am authorized to break open the door. My officers are waiting for my instructions to break open the door. At that moment, my heart is racing. I feel a sense of deja vu. Has this happened any time before? Then I realize, this is not the first raid that I am conducting. The biggest raid that I ever conducted was way long back, even before I joined this department. Flashback. Contrary to the image of an officer who is waiting to conduct a raid, is a shy, introvert guy. A guy who is so shy that he is scared to ask questions in the classroom even if he has any doubts. A guy so shy that he is afraid to talk to his friends as well. So timid that he is scared to talk to a girl sitting just beside him whom he secretly liked. The doors were closed back then also. But these doors were different from the wooden doors. These were the doors of fear, the door of self-doubt, and the door of hesitation. And I was the authorized person to break open these invisible doors. I was the authorized person to break open and come out of this cocoon. How did this raid ensue? Another flashback. I, along with a group of my friends, we went on a trip. Back then, we did not have phone cameras. I borrowed a digital camera from a friend of mine. On the way back from the trip, we were looking for the camera and the camera was lost. It was then that I had a choice. C for choice. I had a choice either to go to my parents, cry foul, and tell them that I lost the camera and encounter an Indian-style beating, or take up responsibility and tell that I'm going to pay for the camera. I chose the second one. I went to my friend and I told him that I will be paying him in EMIs. But then I was a student. What is the source of income? I decided to take up a job. I went and interviewed for a trainer in a spoken English institute. Way back then, my own English was very much shaky. I was scared to even talk to a class. But then I somehow gathered courage and I went inside the classroom, and to my surprise, I find all my students were elder to me. I also had one of my professors sitting in the classroom. I was scared, but then the night before, I had prepared a 2-hour of power-packed content to deliver in the class. I started the lecture, but then nervousness consumed me. The 2 hours of content got delivered in 15 minutes. And after 15 minutes, I was standing there blank, having nothing to tell more. I somehow winded off the class and went back. The next day, I prepared still more harder, and again conducted the class. The next day, still more harder, and somehow I was able to complete the batch in 30 days. At the end of 30 days, the students were really very happy with my performance. They liked what I taught. They understood all the concepts. But then there was one particular boy who learned far more than any of the students who were there. And that guy was me. I learned confidence. I learned how to talk to people. I learned how to engage the classes. I started taking batch after batch, and over a period of 1 year, I had completed various batches, and I also paid back for the camera. And then my confidence soared to such a level that I started teaching all the subjects that came to me. My friends came to me with doubts. I taught physics, I taught chemistry, I taught history, I taught Indian polity, I taught philosophy. I even taught civil engineering when my own domain was electronics. Students would come to me with a doubt. I would take the book, read the previous night, the next day come and deliver. I started teaching, and my confidence started soaring. I was flying high in the sky, but then life does not go according to your own script. While I was flying, at that moment, I lost my dad. I fell straight down on the ground. I was broken. I was sad, not understanding what to do. I started bunking classes. I was depressed. I did not attend lectures. 1 or 2 lectures which I attended, I could not understand what was happening. I was not understanding what hash include stdio.h was in the classroom. And then examinations came. The night before, I decided that I need to go for, life does not go according to you, yeah, H, for hard work. I decided that I need to work hard. That night before the examination, I did not sleep at all. I prepared for my examination. I attended the examination the next day. The same thing happened on the second day and the third day. And after 3 days of giving examination without sleep, that night I slept like a warrior who had fought a very fierce battle. And then it was time for the results. I started looking for my name from the bottom, the 3 idiot style, and my name was not there at the bottom. Guess where my name was? Wrong. My name was not there in the list at all. The guy who was a topper in his school had finally flunked, had failed the examination. The world broke down. It was the dead end for that guy. He was thinking of suicide. Whether should I go tell my parents? Whether should I cry? Yes, I did cry. But then I got to know that studies do not happen overnight. You cannot be a hero by studying overnight and then clear your examinations the next day. So I decided to take up hard work a little seriously. And I started studying the subjects from beginning. I started from page 1. Slowly, I started understanding the concepts. The programming started making sense. And somehow I was able to complete my engineering in a period of 4 years. But having completed my engineering in the prescribed 4 years, what would an engineering degree be if not for a job? I started trying to get jobs in private sector, but then all the private sectors closed their doors on my face because of my lower grades. I could not get a job in any of the private firms. The doors were smashed on my face. It was then that I realized that humans need to evolve. We need to adapt. If I was not being given a chance to be a part of a private sector, I thought, why not attempt competitive examinations? Then I realized I came across a definition of luck. Luck is nothing but preparation meeting opportunity. Opportunity was there. I had a degree and I had examinations up there. But then what about preparation? With my teaching gigs, I rarely found time for me to prepare. But then the preparation had already happened. All the lectures, all the teachings that I did in the past came very much handy. I was able to attend the examinations and crack various examinations. I cracked BEL, I cracked BMRCL, I cracked BSNL exam, I cracked SSC, I cracked bank POs, I cracked ACIO. All the examinations that came in front of me, I was able to crack because I had developed a common sense of all the subjects. It was not a Slumdog Millionaire kind of a moment wherein I knew the answers by chance. I had lived the subjects. And then, for that, I am really very thankful. I'm very thankful for all my friends who came to me with doubts. I'm really thankful for all the adversities that I faced. I'm thankful for all the opportunities that came in the form of adversities. I'm thankful for that younger guy who took up a decision to work hard. So gratitude is power. So I'm really thankful for all the things that happened to me in the past. Coming to the next one, since this is all about breaking the barriers, let me show you a magic trick. I hope you love magic. Yeah, even if you don't have any choice. Yeah, I'm tying a knot here, and with, be with me. With a snap of a finger, this knot will be gone. Ready? 1, 2. Oh, maybe I should have practiced it a little better. Maybe the rehearsal went wrong. But then, where is the knot? All the time while I was waiting for the magic to happen, the knot was still there. But when I took a slightest action, the knot disappeared. So you do not need to wait for magic to happen. Action is the magic for success. And last but not the least, never ever give up. Had I given up, the introvert guy would not be standing here on the stage. Had I given up, the guy who was not getting selected in NCC, who had a dream of wearing a uniform, would not be standing over here in this job, who is allowed to wear a 3-star uniform with a national emblem on the chest. So never, ever give up. So what happened to the raid that I initially conducted? Yeah, taxation matter, really difficult to explain in this short period of time. What happened to the girl whom I secretly liked? Some things are far more complex than taxation, so better, we'll leave it. So, summing up my presentation, our brain works in a very mysterious ways. We tend to forget things which we want to remember, and we remember the things which we want to forget. So, I have created a mnemonic for all the values that I have come across and all the values that have helped me. C for choice. When you are given a choice, choice is a blessing. Choice is a superpower. When you are given a choice, be sensible to choose. H for hard work. Hard work, when nothing works, hard work always works. E for evolve. You need to adapt. You cannot control the opportunities, but you can always control your preparations. So evolve and adapt. T for thankful. Gratitude is superpower. A for action. Action is the magic pill for success. N for never give up. And that's CHETAN. And that's me, Chetan. I designed this presentation in such a way that I do not forget what I wanted to tell you. And also with a selfish motive that you remember my name. This is Chetan Digal signing off. Thank you.